Hey guys, how we're doing? A bit of a slow and relaxed one here today. It is midsummer, so public holiday in the Nordics. So here in Finland, everybody is relaxing, getting ready to celebrate. So I know these are normally morning coffees. I think for today it's going to be more of a relaxed, chilled afternoon coffee. But I hope that works for you guys as well, particularly as it's a Friday, the weekend is coming, etc. And yes, you're right. Thank you to those of you who have pointed out that I trimmed my beard and got rid of that long, shaggy stuff. I'm glad that you prefer this. And also to the others who have recognized that I've ended up with a new picture behind me here, which is the updated picture of my racing car compared to the older one that used to hang there, which is actually now that way on my wall. Sort of extending my gallery of car pictures down here in my basement. But today, I'd like to talk about friendship, hobbies, and my podcast that I run with my good friend Ville Sointu. Now, some of you know that I work for IBM. I've worked for IBM for over 20 years. And one of the roles that I've had in IBM recently was the IBM account CTO for Nordea Bank. Now, Ville, my good friend, he works as head of emerging technologies at Nordea, and that's how I met him. I started interacting with him through work in the relationship between IBM and Nordea, and we just hit it off. We realized we had an awful lot in common, a lot of similarities in the way we think, get engaged in technology, etc. So we started to build a friendship, basically, which extended outside of work. So when I moved on with inside of IBM, we continued interacting with each other. And one day we sort of had this idea whilst we were talking, why not try and do a podcast, just for the fun of it, to see where it goes. So we started off with a very simple idea, let's do a podcast. And today we published the final last episode of season 3. I mean, we've already got to season 3. We will kick off season 4 in August. And what started off as an experiment, just a small little thing, has turned into a great hobby for Ville and myself. We're quite proud of how it's growing, and we really hope that our listeners are also enjoying it. I mean, we had some fantastic guests for season 3, guests that we admire and really look up to in the industry, and never in our wildest dreams would have thought would be willing to come and join us as guests on the podcast. I mean, people like Jim Morose, Dave Birch, Brett King, etc., agreeing to give us 1 hour of their time dedicated to talk to us about the banking industry, their thinking, etc. It's just inspiring. It is fantastic and has blown my mind that we've been able to do that. So we started with a little hobby and now have something that we're actually really proud of and will continue to grow. We've got a new branding, new logo, which we will release for episode 4. We've got a new intro to our YouTube videos that we've had made. So things are moving on. We're even considering having some merchandise. So you want to have a Fintech Daydreaming baseball cap or t-shirt, let us know and we'll get all of that sorted out, definitely. But it just shows how things in life just, you build some fantastic friendships during your journey through life. And some of them are fleeting and some of them just stick with you. And I'm really grateful for the friendship that I've built with Ville and what we're doing with this podcast. Actually, talking about the podcast, I would really appreciate it, my fantastic network, if you wouldn't mind going to our Fintech Daydreaming YouTube channel and hitting the subscribe button. You know, it's all about the algorithms these days, and we need to get up our subscription base on YouTube so that we can get more activity and more traffic to that channel. It helps and it promotes us, so if you wouldn't mind just hitting that subscribe button, we'd really appreciate that. So, midsummer, just wanted to say hello, have a morning coffee with you guys, which now actually is going to be an afternoon, early evening coffee. Let's see what time I publish this. And I hope you guys have a fantastic midsummer and a great summer vacation. But I'll be back next week anyway with another video. All right, talk to you again soon, guys.